Good. Now, Kase, Ghana for the highest number of applicants. Oh, visa lottery. Is that the case? Is it true?
We were just reviewing the statistics now. U.S. Department of State, almost na visa lottery, they regulate the visa lottery program every year. Now, first stats now, in the fiscal year 2019, Ghanaians were the highest number of entrants worldwide, over 2 million people. 2020, so Ghanaians were the highest worldwide, over 2 million people. Second highest, I believe, within Africa was Sierra Leone, about 1.8 million in the year 2019. And then I believe Ethiopia. They are just about 700,000. There were just about 700,000 people and 700,000 entrants in the visa lottery program. It's also say Ghana for any visa lottery, no. But 2021, it looks like number no Ghanaians no more enter into Agodi no.
Now out of that 2 million, no, and then audience said 2020 the year 2021, there no nipa dodo omo apply a visa lottery na above from to 380,000. Ahina omo to binya visa no.
Okay, it's normally so visa lottery every year the U.S. Department of State almost 55,000 visas to all around the world, and almost share that targeted countries with a low rate of immigration to the U.S. almost qualify for visa lottery program now. And sometimes they would have about 19 million entrants, 20 million worldwide and globally. Out of Sanko for number to select 100,000. 100,000 ni mono. Fill out applications. They be team. Elimination by rough tactics. It's 50,000. 5,000 call for a program Nakara. It's part of the visa DV visa lottery number now. It's essentially for 55,000, but almost 50,000 visa lot, green cards. It's 50,000 people worldwide, and they bring green card, immigrants to come.
But you go ahead.
I was just going to say, as to number, potting or Ghana, it's just hard to tell, but globally, 50,000, they cannot cross.
Quota. So 50,000 no de ma wiase nyina no. Say eso 50,000 any or you qualified or you qualified or
absolutely. Each country has 7% of visa
50,000 no. Okay.
Yes, each country has 7%. You cannot give more than 7% of that country.
Inti na wo ka say visa lottery no mo de ma countries o mo nkrofo ndoso e wo America. Inti Nigeria for ne ade ka ho because I say no more
Nigerians have
visa lottery ho.
Visa lottery ho.
And you Ghana for tia so mo ka ho.
Nigeria for ka ho. But almost so inti no mo tap Canada no. Inti ya na almost tap Canada because visa lottery obi the be game of chance when Nigeria no ne sanka.
Wow, and you Ghana for a privilege if omo ye part of visa lottery. No wonder say na say omo ye research bi no omo ka say among immigrants omo America no Ghana for na eye adwuma pa omo bo homodin pa na e ma ne bebre ba nursing wa wo de wani to fom ko Ghana for bebre obi okro ye teacher kra oduga America no akoye nursing pa no watwa no omo ye very hard working. I think me wan say America for na ma Ghana sa part to be part of visa lottery na Nigeria for omo yi omo film. But then also you have caution ma Ghana because Nigeria for bebre betimi abetina Ghana abeji Ghana passports. Normal enter visa lottery no to say the omo ye Ghana for so no omo ye Ghana for. And also you caution ma Ghana government ni immigration for Ghana. Inti yen call back na say na o ka say visa lottery no apply a na utua. We are away.
I believe it's about $450. Yes, visa application fees, over to roughly about $450.
Now, when you do see can be mal,
but there be a non-refundable.
It's in 2 million or 2019 or more apply, $450.
It's also entrance lay different from almost selection.
Okay.
It's also first layer. Entries now over submitting. It is 2 million from Ghana, over 2 million from Ghana. No, and you know bet your fees. No,
okay.
Almost best selected winners. No, and it comes down to 100,000 roughly worldwide. It is 100,000 no no mutual fees, catch us go pay your fees, not fill it forms, they fill your interview into yeah.
It is 100,000 times 450. No, bet me calculating how much a U.S. government make you was no man because
yes,
a few third world countries a bet you 450. Hey, multiplied by
let me. I think it's $45 million. Let me see. My main pull out the calculator. I think my calculation now initially was for just the 55,000, but you're right. 100,000 times
$450.
$450. Yeah, $45 million each year, just with the visa lottery program. And unfortunately, no, as you may be aware, Trump buy into power 2020 on my visa ban. Now, so visa ban, say they shouldn't issue visas out to people. Not visa lottery, almost especially for 2019. And after that, 2020 COVID, they couldn't issue all the visas. The numbers have dipped. Number of visas are U.S. Embassy, especially issue for visa lottery winners. A SWAT to cry into which, and at the end of the day, almost
now Sika no swashi. And now every year be roughly making $45 million. Abrofu Sika na no so no me besan de abebo ebusian. That's very eye-opening. Say $45 million na America buying and make it from visa lottery because when you know refundable and out of way no kakra bi pe na benya visa no.
Absolutely.
Una also visa no kwa wunya nya say America for be ma osika bi obeye wadwuma.
Yeah, and as I was mentioning to you, so when you say almost the U.S. government are court based on
no, when they call court, DV visa lottery applicants now.
Applicants and because witness nibi and now they formed the class action. Not just lawyer for the U.S. government call court. So Gomez versus Biden, Good Luck versus Biden case laws no, and they are almost court say they have to, as I say. The U.S. government, they should issue the visas to them because I'm away in and unfortunately, they won the case. They've won the case, but the U.S. government is appealing. The Department of State, U.S. Embassy, so the Department of State is appealing against
judgment.
Say they cannot. The federal courts cannot allow them. Cannot go ultra virus. Like I say, statute because statute is per se. Visa lottery can only be issued up to the end of the fiscal year. By September 30th, 2022, by midnight, fine case closed. If
council case no, Ghana for the call visa lottery applicants in the court winning, but court State Department to say court no could beyond it to me into break.
Yes.
Or could beyond it to me.
Say 2019. Well, let's even say 2020. And Crawford when because of COVID, there were a lot of backlogs. And each local consulate around the world, U.S. embassy around the world, Obia determined how. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, no problem. Into a model court no consulate they couldn't issue visas no.
Okay, so each consulate decide how we want to prioritize the issuance of our visas because almost so many visa services, B2 visas, student visas, emergency type, American citizenship services, K1. Into each consulate be determine what their priorities are. Some of the consulates, so almost visas for visa lottery, all right, but about to say Ghana, the numbers are very deplorable. They are not calling people for the interviews. Calling people for the interview. So the point was that by the time now fiscal year September 30, the brainer have paid their fees, they filled out their form, but they don't call them for the interview. Not just so these people were they were angry, rightly so, right? But but what I tell people is that say a lottery, in a game of chance, you don't really have rights.
Exactly.
And this one is part of the game. So then you can't get mad.
But lawyer way terms and conditions in him. Because we say no more yeah loto no more yeah
it's regulated by the Immigration and Nationality Act, which stipulates very clearly that visa lottery visas cannot be issued beyond the end of the fiscal year. Now the US federal courts say, well, more delay, yeah, of course there was COVID and all that, so try to issue it. And the US Department of State are saying that courts now are going ultra various because they cannot disobey statutes. Statute says you should not issue beyond the fiscal year. That's where the challenge is. This is what that's all train. Actually, what the federal courts will determine, or the appeal, whatever is going to happen. No matter say 2019, 2020, 2021 for no money to me visitors. No, they will allow them to come.
Okay, into lawyer, for instance, this year, winning visa lottery, actually, almost say yes, winning. No. September na bebe. October be applications for another one. It is September na swan. Why I am frail and I won't call interview. I am my green card no. Oh the ashi. This I will apply BM.
And ashi.
So by the end of 450, no, so I would try any test near there. Why now? So actually,
because you have to be called Sana consular officer, no interview, or none of them now be saying, why you be no man for what? Too bad. You there's no way. Okay. I just say, of course, the court really determined that they have been unfair to them and what I don't know. I
and also there's America bound to many in concert.
It's not that easy for them to overturn these statutes. So,
and this is not an issue. I bet me rise the Supreme Court. I doubt it for maybe I don't think this is a matter of interpretation. Interpreting differently and I'll be busy. But
a lottery, a game of chance. This is how the game is played. It wouldn't mean and I'll put you as cano. So you don't really have any rights per se. And I usually tell people say a difference from U.S. citizen our file money but I will deny our right because a U.S. citizen he can enforce it. But with a visa lottery, when they're just giving you permission.
So, make I say in call abemna and you be one man or yet to say, would you bet your lotto renam? This is the lotto near you to there. It's all saying they sad mom there because $45 million now kind of machine. They are really making a lot of money. Yeah. What's in Chamber for some more Africa, those countries, but they make a lot of money from it too.
According to them, that money is used for the review and processing of forms.
$45 million. And according to review and processing of forms.
According to some people, speculations say Sasikana no Musa Daniel Hodema as legal aid. Empire grants is because Sikana Musikana Mutiano near the Amagana buying say Mofanya Yamode.
Yeah. So this is even minus normal visa applications.
Oh yes.
And also application fee I'll bet you. And also there's a lot.
Yeah.
Visa lottery October. Is there a bibi or what will be yeah bet me winning and is there a trick? Because I am a who's and for we do visa lottery here. Ghana and nama cafe for no match and I guess a trick be or my bemo winning.
So normally visa lottery, a randomized selection, and a computerized random selection. There's no trick. I remember there was some months ago. Now my kind of case law be about visa lottery. I believe it was in the year 2012. And I said that what happened was there was a glitch with the U.S. embassy almost system. And the amount for apply so almost be in October 1st. Amount for now apply within the first 5 days. Almost now we 100,000 for the first few days, all one. And the people that lottery, they took the case to court. And that was when the court demystified the process, how the selection was done, and they cancelled those results and almost some will be a boom to make it fair, because it's supposed to be a randomized selection. If there's a glitch now, a selector almost 21st. So but that was a mistake. It doesn't work. It's random, very random.
The trick be any will be a mawa, and it's not. And yes, I be almost selected. Mate Obiswa Kasa almost selected highly skilled people. So be our masters way say career that Dani do your lawyer, we a doctor they will select you. Than say be a unshadanye uni skills, be a mason, even forklift operator crowd, be selected down say uni. It is a random there. How are they able to select those people?
I don't know. So what to me select this but at the end of the day, no, need your technology. and you can instruct or feed the system as to how you want it to operate.
Exactly.
It mean how they are feeding the system. Maybe there are certain strong things they are looking for, you know, there are factors that will work in will be favor. There will be factors that will work against. But as for the selection, a randomized selection.
Okay.
But as to formula, as a random selection,
yeah, and also you know, because now can input write code number system no to actually say 1 + 1 = 3. Wow, the baby out there 3 no and farmer you know. It go back to this issue about deportation. There was talk say Ghana for no baby kwa mba until no refuse Ghana for visa pan. And there was talk said the whole Africa, Ghana and the first. Yeah, there was this talk from embassy officials. You are the immigration lawyer in that case. Is it true? Say Ghana for baby at that deportation list.
Okay, so first of all, yes, I saw me who saw video no be sending mommy say, you know, nationalities deported almost a Ghana for that number 5, and I highly doubted the authenticity of SAR statistics. So I went to check and records now me who you know. This was the most recent year, 2018. Now, first top 10 nationalities no deported from US. Ghana and Kaho. Number 1 year Mexico, 2 year Guatemala, I'm sorry, then Honduras, El Salvador, Dominican Republic, Brazil, Ecuador, Colombia, Nicaragua, and then India. Mexico, they had about 139,330 people deported. India, the last 10, that number 10, 831. Ghanaians in Nyanko, I would say almost deportation numbers, you know, yes, so Debbie at all. Yeah, but currently, you know, there are about maybe 1.3 million people being deported in deportation proceedings around the US. But I don't believe that Ghana for top 10 at all.
How about overstay or more overstay or more visa? Because and also they affect it for year almost person or more bit in the baby innocent or overstay in the visa on call that when your opportunity be a school scholarship and I know of a be fan on here, then after you see a man call or more overstay way.
Yeah. Okay. Almost overstays so no. So people able to me besides say, how are they able to track overstays? It's who call US embassy now to apply for normally a non-immigrant visa. I know now you able to say what overstay because who stay be so bar custom and border for them your period of authorized stay. Normally maybe a time for 6 months. So is until your studies are over and I say whatever. If you stay beyond, you have a B2 visa beyond 6 months, no, mama or nah, and you are still here in the US, and you are categorized as an overstay because with it's overstays in you 2 types. You in country overstay, not just overstay. That's on system no.
Ghana.
Ghana, almost say no. And overstays be what hustle if you are not sure be 1 or 2 binti. Time I had the man will overstay back 3 months, 4 months or share. I didn't call you say no, I have to go back. No, that is out of country overstay. It's you know OSHA statistics now. I think the most recent Ghana for overstay B2 is just about 5% of the visas they grant, and the other countries are almost overstays. Also
Ghana. Inti ada na I to say na Ghana for na ye kwa ye manti no ye ma visas biem ni ade enya no kre say Nigeria for Ghana one mo no mo high rate.
Nigeria has a higher. Nigeria was about 9% overstay. No, if I can't believe them closely I had the statistics my son to but
overstay Ghana ye overstay ni high sir.
Ghana overstay just about 5%, which is not bad at all. You know, because and the other thing I'll tell you how they record the overstays. It's all back through the CBP now back US now. When you're leaving, especially when you are leaving by commercial flight, manifesto airlines or manifesto systems they record OBID and then they automatically send them to DHS. If you're leaving by a private aircraft, you know, and I say you are leaving by land, you have to make a conscious effort to submit to CBP, Custom and Border say, how may because
Ah.
otherwise you will still be in the system as being here in the US.
You
know,
if you US na bia wo de wo fa car na wo drive across wo Canada bia na wo Canada visa wo kwa na one report and check custom for ne say oh kwa still na be to say still la wo overstay
in the US. If you normally know what will happen is call US embassy you will deny it because you overstayed unless you are able to demonstrate say there be at this point I was in Ghana I started working back at Eco Bank in the month of September 2020. Me pay slips near me utilities.
And maybe I would do to Ghana stamp muma until that shows
exactly right. Yep. And I say exactly. Any type of ticket or proof of a Juma or year, baby, I wanted to show that you were in Ghana at a certain time.
Okay. I can't say what list. I don't know what percentage of or more.
Overstay.
Overstay. No.
Yes, I have it here. Thank God, and I think said the most recent statistics are DHS, that's Department of Homeland Security, for releasing year was in 2020, fiscal year 2020. Ghana expected departures for the year 2020, 27,557. Out of country overstays were 340 per.
Okay.
I know Nameka said they
overstay, but
yes. And suspected in-country overstays, 1,504.
Okay.
Total overstays, 1,844. Into the percentage for Ghana, total suspected in-country overstay, 5.46.
5.46. Just America. Me Ghana means you home.
And now the way I'm categorizing suspected in-country overstay because just suspicious because Obia Yura was system Numa is like just who baby or money now cry. It's enough
possible so be betting me America or they don't have free system
yes because how? Because you have to lay low until because the truth of the matter
until be a young crater.
Yes, because the truth of the matter is that once you're here, you are violating it. You are in violation of U.S. immigration laws. I'm a period of authorized stay. What trust our period now? Police need
illegal
here. It's so you have to gotta make sure. Say if bibin you are in violation. Normally almost
Okay. But Obia what it is a nipa okay. That's a big number. 1,504. And Omako U.S.A. Omo Francis Kai say Haiti. Omo the athletics team biko U.S. Florida. Omo ko compete. Players ni at least ni Jane. Adiachi no we have a hotel. We have a right. No more Jane.
Who's gonna make catch us? I was telling me Ghana last week. I was at the airport. I met a Ghanaian man and catch me about how he came. Interesting story. I'll say 20 years ago he came on a J1, no a teacher. And buy some cultural J1 cultural exchange, multicultural exchange program. No, it's your buy or see call school. No, America for say there be accent here too thick into call back to Ghana program. Everybody ran away. You say the guy is a citizen who are confident back 5 because I
don't I'm not gonna marry but and you see, but at least Ojane there, but he has become an asset to them. Into your can America for nya Ghana for citizens home fast because we were here Juma to me maba. The main so by citizens so be some America. We were not Ghana for it, we are not even benefiting from Nipano.
If you look at a few more of the statistics, overstays, into Ghana, total over so we'll talk about the suspected in-country overstay rates.
Ghana,
Ghana 5.46%.
Okay.
And Djibouti 23%. Almost.
Wow.
And Eritrea 18.53%. Yes, Nigeria Nigeria 7.17%.
And no, America for
Niger. Is that Niger?
And Niger.
No, it's Nigeria 7.17%.
And no more argument. If you look at the percentage of Nigerians, more there is 6.8% now. Now Ghana, yeah, just 30 million now. I am call for omu kamu no door so now. Until omu so omu refuse visas. That was the argument, and now omu make you a
Yeah,
U.S. embassy.
Yampa said that, you know, he suspected in kind overstay, so it affected Osha Ghana, so refusal, B2 visa refusal statistics now. Ghana, and also, so I reviewed it some time ago. Ghana, every 10 people, nipa 10 be on U.S. embassy, 6 people omu deny you. Nigeria, nipa 10 be on U.S. embassy, 7 omu deny you. And Ghana rating about 57.1% denial, which is almost 60%.
Now denial says saying they no mujina so denial be a day. And I am we he kekenti.
Denial to need so now the number one reason for denial 214B. Into most of the time, no denial on your letter now 214B. INA 214B. 214B no simply means that almost as expected say U.S.A. own sound cobium and only just say you could not want to mean say strong ties to Ghana. It went to me because back for a temporary visit. On say 19 team or Ghana no more set compelling Nema everything I force also will go back to Ghana. That's the number one. Some of the other reasons so yeah, document fraud, relationship fraud, and if you also saw multiple applications. So what most recently I was talking to a client, catch him say apparently no I could apply for BB or Canadian embassy, catch him was say worry. American embassy, he said he was single. Until Korean almost say you applied Canadian embassy now catch almost say, oh yeah, what worry? It was inconsistent information, and he was shocked. So they almost
embassies almost share data with
not only with Canadian embassy, but even with other European, because it's all in their interest. The same game no play. So you have to be careful. Even sometimes denials will come because one kind information now will provide to different places information so will provide it to the U.S. embassy in time pass
yes minimobia wa call U.S. embassy holder or call a visa form so no worry ni we fini ho em say ono say those days visa lottery ni start any bi no ni we fini ho say 10 or 12 years later and wa call apply be mo actually say single omo refuse no because of no me wa nipa cross say ode ne year visa lottery ohun nipa kro no po but embassy ni catch and say this one ni kojai answer because some of them fan say a good say can be say denial ni bebe relationship fraud.
Yes,
they say only nipa na nye ni ire cross ye
most likely nipa no only yes and so waha or battle problem because I encounter people way worry way only baby or if you know how you but they don't even know how they are going to meet because they are just nobody is in touch with what they're not in touch. It's how to resolve that issue becomes a challenge. Because interview different story.
Exactly.
People refit what they agreed and they go and say a different story. It's not confusion.
Into council obia or yeah visa lottery ni bi Ghana. I'll say a friend saying wa worry only obi na ye on the form no you sure say married when you find the call US or call US ni we fi no ho or the akọ worry obi for possible say or file money pa kro na ye be che na na asesen say wa worry and o san be worry obi
oh yes
ni we fi no ho
yeah it is so we say wa worry
or yeah visa lottery ni bi and wa be do America no they worry obi for but ni we fi say visa lottery no J na or they call US no na you married and also obetimi dey akọwari obi fufura na and you betche na say fraud.
Yeah, so the thing is also Ghana back based on visa lottery you're already your green card holder. It's normally you can get married again but the marriage will not be valid. But because now you're not going to use the marriage for immigration purposes, who knows say the marriage is not valid. The marriage is invalid. If you understand.
I didn't think marriage never valid.
Because you're previously married. It says so valid divorce decree, a full and final divorce decree ebe render legally free to marry another person because US laws name permitted bigamy, right? Into so chai and no answer waiting me abe worry. Normally with the green card, eba visa lottery, the problem they encounter is what they do here, you know, or person file citizenship. It's no, they'll pull up our records. No, me who say no, because you have to establish good moral character. Almost citizenship, no. But now your green card holder, normally you will not get married to another person for papers. So when you're married, they be or no idea, but if you also worry or be now one man no papers now, then the problem would arise.
Okay. Inti I was say onipa kroni ja worry ansa no the divorce papers number America.
Yes, because
na more law be o hono ma say bia so the green card no free Ghana. I was so or worry nipa kroni 2 years, 3 years, 4 years and I be this ansa no wife for na sa bro for your mom ho tell mo otumi ka se ma me o green card ba me pay nipa kroni be mpese me worry obi for.
Okay, so yes, so you can say yeah foreign national, so you're non-citizen. Now when you krata if obi ho based on marriage, maybe I worry U.S. citizen. Maybe now you're undocumented. You are why you overstay. What's now how about who you overstay? Now when you're U.S. citizen, no worry, no amount krata through them. Within 5 years, no, untimi and Jano and Sanko Wario be within 5 years. If you do, you have to prove that the first marriage, you know, was not fraud. That it was a valid marriage by a certain legal standard. And you know, the burden is higher. It won't pass you just wait until 5 years. If anything happens, there's a mujaya. You have to wait until after 5 years and so to me, green card now our the amount asanko worry obi.
Okay, but then no does it apply to K1 visa no fiancé visa for no more almost sa rules we are guide
put a more complex and only the nipa no buy no or no necessary file adjustment in amount. So ojawa you usually will not be able to mean sanko worry obi so on file amount K1 na no do buy no on necessary. I just say nipa abuse, so then you can file a process with vow. But into K1 no normally a lot of people don't know this, but some lawyers don't encourage it because fiance no file by ojawa you're in big trouble. They'll deny it.
Okay.
But the K1 has to file for you.
K1 and a fiancé no ojima fiancé no do fancy no kwa America. Okay. Inti free on